My name is Bryan Lord. I'm the CEO of Pristine Surgical. Thanks to the LSI folks. We're delighted to be back with you for another presentation. I think we all know in this room that minimally invasive surgery is revolutionary. In the olden days, surgeons used to look in through an eyepiece. Today, they look on a screen. But basically, the form factors has been unchanged since the 1970s, the way arthroscopic and other minimally invasive surgery is performed. The systems, I liken these to the old stereo systems that we used to lug up and down our dorm room floor. They're big, they're complex. You have to go through 35 different sterile processing steps after every procedure. So you see a little process flow. I call this the asteroid belt of equipment that needs to be tracked down. And they're expensive. So the current solutions cost more than that Pioneer stereo system. They cost about $100,000 to purchase, about $5,000 to $6,000 a month in recurring service fees, and about $125 per case for sterilization expense when you do all of the math. Excuse me, and they're prone to contamination as well. As you heard Matt Ginn talk earlier a few presentations ago, there's a significant problem, particularly on the flexible endoscopy side of things, about sterile processing and about the contamination that's prevalent throughout the endoscopy suite that the FDA has paid a lot of attention to as well. So our mission is to address, I'll stay on theme here, to address the pain that I just described. It's to simplify endoscopy. So we're doing that with the next generation of digital endoscopes. You can see here our single-use kit. The entire kit that you see on the left-hand side of the screen is single-use. And that plugs into our box called our image processing unit, for lack of a better, more creative term. And it's a simple razor blade model, right? So we are in the midst of our nationwide launch. Our device we've brand named Summit. We've introduced the world's first 4K single-use arthroscope. A couple of key features to point out. So this is fully integrated. And by that, what I mean is we integrate that camera head that typically is outside in the current incumbent device and put that actually on the tip of the scope. We also take the light source, the external light source and the light cabling and the like, and we put that and replace that with a high brightness LED on the tip of the scope as well. This is designed for full-on surgical procedures. So you might be familiar with some companies, for example, like Trice or the Arthrex nanoscope. That's a diagnostic arthroscope. It's a cousin, but that's used for in-office procedures, not for full-on surgical procedures under anesthesia where you're going to be doing, for example, rotator cuff or ACL types of repair. That's what we're doing, full-on surgical procedures and full-on replacement for that rod lens scope. We've taken great strides to make sure that our device is drop into the hand familiar to the surgeon, so surgeon-designed ergonomics. So where that fin is where the light source used to actually come into in a rod lens scope. The surgeon is used to grabbing for that light source to be able to rotate the image on the screen. The writing mechanism, we've replaced that tactile feel with a fin. And important integrated water delivery. Sometimes people forget that this is a really cool single-use surgical device, but an important part of visualization is the delivery of water actually to insufflate the joint so that you can actually see. And so this is connected to a water pump, delivers water to the end of the scope, and fluidics, as my friend Ted knows here, is a key part of visualization, and we've taken great strides to make sure that it's integratable with all the existing pump infrastructure out in the marketplace. So to be clear, this is 100% single-use and 100% sterile from the factory. We think this is perfectly positioned for ambulatory surgery centers. So 90% of arthroscopies are performed in ASCs today. 85% of ASCs are kind of ma and pa, if you think about it that way. There are 4 or less operating rooms. 56% of ASCs, in a little study we came across, talk about issues with physical space limitations. So a lot of them are multidisciplinary, so they're going to be wheeling around these Pioneer stereo systems, if you will, follow my analogy, from room to room for procedure to procedure. And there's a lot of challenge with space limitations. 33% of these ASCs surveyed, I'm a little surprised by this, it's not higher, maybe this was a little bit dated, report issues with cash flow and access to capital. And 13% of ASCs report issues with sterilization of equipment. So it's not necessarily the same level of acute concern about sterilization that you see on the flexible side of things, but you do see concerns about sterilization in terms of the laborious process flow, and that certainly hits ASCs. This is a simplified system that also reduces expenses. So I talked about what the costs are of the current solution. By contrast, we cost nothing in terms of capital expense. We're going to deploy the capital out that's part of our system out into the field for free. Of course, with a single-use device, no service expense. And of course, with a single-use device, there's no reprocessing expense as well. So how do we actually reduce that expense? We'll reduce that expense by somewhere, we believe, between 5 to 40%. It depends upon what the use case is, what the different process flow, and what the state of equipment is. But if you think today about those 3 buckets that today are being used out in the field, and if all you're doing is using our system complementary to existing equipment, today you're going to pay CapEx per upfront, you're going to pay service fees per month, and then you're going to pay sterilization expense on a per case basis. We'll charge nothing, as previously mentioned, for that upfront CapEx payment. We'll charge a monthly subscription fee, and by that you get access to the box, you get access to the Pristine Connect platform, which I'll talk about in a few slides, and then we simply pay as you go. So it aligns also with cash flow, that as you perform your procedures, you actually align your expense with it. So with that, we believe our hard cost savings will be somewhere in the 5 to 10% range. Again, just utilizing this side by side with existing equipment. And if you add in soft cost savings, we'll probably bring you somewhere in the 25 to 30% range. Now, important, this is a 4K device. 70% of instruments out in the field today have not upgraded to 4K. If you have not upgraded to 4K, we're going to add about 10 percentage points absolute to your cost savings. So same numbers, same configuration, and by that, then we move to that 5 to 40% is the range that we are seeing in savings out into the field. Importantly, on the economic side of things, a simplified system also increases revenue as well. We think there's a really interesting opportunity on the efficiency side and revenue generation side as well. So today, if you have kind of a simplified process flow, you got the setup, the procedure itself, the cleanup, and then the sterilization. You might have a busy surgeon have 5 procedures or so, on the docket. We eliminate the setup. You got the same length of the procedure. You eliminate the cleanup, and you eliminate the sterilization. You're able to turn that OR over faster. And so as a result of that, you take those 5 procedures, you make that 6, you make that 7. Now you've got an opportunity to add more seats in the bus. You're going to generate more revenue as a facility for a given fixed amount of overhead. We also believe that our simplified system, believe it or not, will reduce the environmental impact. So it's not uncommon. People say single use, okay, disposable, don't like that. But we actually came across a study from the Osted group out of Minneapolis that actually weighs all of the different PPEs that goes into a single sterilization process. We'll eliminate at least 1, if not 2 trays from a sterilization process in each one of our procedures. And we'll reduce the waste, if you simply weigh the amount of PPEs that goes into that, based on that study, based upon the weight that we have in our single-use kit, by as much as 50%. And we also eliminate all the water usage, all that contaminated water that goes into the sterilization process. And we have a partnership with the Waste Energy group as well, that if our customers want to opt into that, we'll turn our scopes into sustainable energy. On the image quality side of things, as mentioned, 70% of the scopes in the field are 1080p or 720p. It's important to think about the pixel density of the scopes, but it's also important to remember that over time, that scope is only as good as it comes off the showroom floor. It gets nicked up and dinged up through the course of utilization, and by the time it's about 30 procedures in, it needs to be taken out for refurbishment. So if your shoulder is the one that's sitting there in the operating room and that surgeon has that device after 29 uses, they're probably not seeing a 4K image on their screen. 30% of the scopes are 4K, beautiful, very nice image, just like ours, but they degrade also in a similar fashion. So the way to think about our image quality is that our simplified system delivers 4K visualization for every procedure. So it's really bimodal, right, in the way to think about that. And we've been getting rave reviews, stellar, gorgeous, better than my current scope when we've had our device out into the field. So it's really, we're really proud of the quality. Our system connects to the cloud also. So that box that I talked about, Wi-Fi connected, it does 2 things. It automates the inventory management. It also allows us to do a whole digital health platform as well with a whole bunch of roadmap of really interesting features. And this enables us with our business model that we call scopes by subscription. So this simplifies our operations, gives us predictable inventory, and it also is a very powerful business model. If you follow the SaaS industry, think about this as a SaaS business model, right? It turns CapEx sales into recurring revenue. We have a high CAC to LTV ratio and projected Medtech margins. So as I mentioned, I know I'm over, I'll wrap up here. Full nationwide release is underway. The response has been outstanding. Our first procedure was done at Southern California Orthopedic Institute, had dinner with Dr. Gettleman last night. He's over the moon with our capabilities and progress. And I'll wrap up with this. Our product roadmap is exciting. We're going to be we're launching here, as I mentioned, in sports medicine, so our nationwide release is underway. By this time next year, we expect to have our single-use laparoscope out into the field. And then we'll have a flexible scope also as well. We've demonstrated all of these. We have a functional prototype ready to go into manufacturing on the laparoscopy side of things, and then a functional prototype that's really a beautiful image as well on the flexible endoscopy side of things. So I'm going to wrap up here. I thank you very much for your attention and for your time. Thank you.